But track and trail in Buchanan, Michigan. Skip Norfolk is back, ladies and gentlemen. He is now the mechanic of Jeremy McGrath with the Suzuki team. It's not that Wyatt Seals is not a good mechanic. It looks like to me the move was made to psychologically inspire a former champion.
There's Ryan Hughes, who Wyatt formerly was the mechanic of. And Wyatt will still be part of the program helping Skip. Skip hasn't been away that long, but it's been a big adjustment.
Well, I couldn't find Tech yesterday. I had to ask Barry Carson where Tech was. I don't know. I forgot real quickly just how much work it is. It's amazing. That's probably the one thing that stands out the most, is just how many hours it takes to go racing. But I'm enjoying coming back. I hope we can make things a little bit better. Try to get a little momentum back that I think's maybe gone a little bit. And that's the reason we're here. It's just to try to get momentum going and work on the mental side of racing. And Wyatt's a huge part of what's going on here and still will remain to be a huge part of what's going to happen. And between the two of us, we're going to try to get Jeremy on the podium.
We might emphasize, too, this is only a temporary move to help things out with Team Suzuki and Knack Racing. He still has his job at No Fear, David.
That's true, but he is making huge sacrifices because he believes Jeremy has the talent and ability to win the championship this year. And after all, in 6 years together, they won 7 titles.
Here's a guy that's hoping to continue his points lead, Jeff Emig, as he gets on the gate right now. Emig riding superbly this year. Comes into the race with a 44-point lead on John Dowd, who's coming off his first win of the year. Jeremy McGrath moving into 3rd, and Larry Ward in 4th in the point structure. It's get nervous time. Look at John Dowd reaching out in front, jumping up and down. Dowdy's coming off the overall victory, of course, at his home track. What a great thrill that was in front of friends and family. Gate could drop at any moment. Right now, they're off for moto number 1 of the 250s. And guess who's out front? Jeff Emig. Emig breaking a mini slump in hole shots. He hasn't had one since the first moto way back at Hangtown.
That's unbelievable, too. Emig is probably the best starter I've ever seen. And to not have a hole shot in that long is just amazing. But he's got it here. Last couple of races, he's had to come from behind, great charges from behind to save those points, build that points lead, stay ahead of McGrath. But here it's going to be a lot easier for him.
Emig, Lusk to the inside, challenges him there from 2nd place. Oh, bar to bar. Lusk and Emig with Dowd in 3rd. Dowd number 14 almost lost it on that 20.
Lusk went pretty far wide, just try to take some different line than Emig. Make a pass. Dowd almost got underneath him there. So the 2 Yamaha guys are putting the pressure on the national champ.
Hughes, number 9, in back of Dowd. And there's McGrath, number 2, in good position with Larry Ward behind him.
As Emig came over that double jump right there, sorry, Art, he came in and just laid that bike over. Nice little cross up, set himself up good for the corner. That's just, to me, a symbol of confidence to be able to throw the bike around like that. It almost looked like he was doing a little showing off for the fans, but actually very effective for that particular section.
The 2 Yamahas dividing the Kawasaki's of Emig and Ryan Hughes. Oh, look at that.
That shows you how tough it is to find it. Look at that, dancing around. What happens, you got all those braking bumps, and then you've got several ruts full of those braking bumps leading into that corner, and to try to pick one, you get dancing around like that. Look at Dowd all the way over that triple there. 125's only got enough power to do the double. 250's a lot more airtime. When you're a spectator standing there next to the fence, those guys are way up in the air.
Oh, you can really tell the difference in power on this track. Look out! Look out, Ryan Hughes! Oh, my goodness, one for the highlight reel.
He knew he was in trouble right away. He got out of shape right at the face of that jump, and he just kind of stood next to the bike in the air. I think he did the right thing, but man, he looks like he's in pain.
A spectacular get-off for Ryan Hughes. And here's a guy with so much potential, and yet it's crashes like this that just set him back a notch.
Well, he was right there in contention to win this moto. Watch what happens right here. The lower part of the screen, see the front end?
Yes.
It washes out just before he hits the face. Then it comes back the other way and just sends him into a spin. And that's a big jump. That camera angle is from pretty far away. And look at his handlebars.
Look at that. It clamps.
He can't even.
Clamps, yeah.
The triple clamps, the forks, the handlebars, everything's twisted. Even if he felt like it, he couldn't finish this moto on that bike.
Our field summary, Jeff Emig out in front with Ezra Lusk in 2nd place. John Dowd stays in 3rd with Jeremy McGrath moving up a notch. Mike Kudrowski back in action in 7th. He won here at 94.
It's over 8 feet long from one end to the other. And it makes you look for the farthest distance between 2 points. The new Valkyrie Tourer. America's the boulevard it was born to cruise. 6 cylinders, 6 carbs, 2 bags, 1 windshield. It's a good thing we got 50 states. The new Valkyrie Tourer. America's the boulevard it was born to cruise.
What's the right grip feel like? Should you use the same club on every chip shot? The answers are in Golf Digest. No matter how well you play, you'll find tips and advice that will dramatically improve your game. Guaranteed. Want to know where the slot is at the top of your backswing? Or if you're good enough to carry a 4-iron, subscribe to Golf Digest. 12 issues are only $19.77. You'll also get our video. Hit it longer and straighter, free.
Call 800-247-3900. That's 800-247-3900.
I used to wonder if I was too old to go back to school. Now I know I wasn't alone. I used to worry about my future. Now I know I have one. I used to wonder if I made the right decision. Now I know. I should have called sooner.
Get a start on your future now. Call ITT Tech at 1-800-942-0099 for an informative brochure. That's 1-800-942-0099.
Now is the time to train for the career you've always wanted. Just ask Motorcycle Mechanics Institute graduate Al Ludington, now lead mechanic for Honda's championship-winning Smokin' Joe's Superbike team.
MMI gave me the knowledge and training to take me to the top of my profession. It's a great place to start, and I recommend it to anybody looking to kick off a career in motorcycle mechanics or the personal watercraft industry.
Change your life with one phone call, 1-800-994-3664. That's 1-800-994-3664. Call today.
AMA Motocross on ESPN2 is being brought to you by Dunlop. Simply the best for your bike. Welcome back. Moto number 1 of the 250s. Art Ekman, David Bailey, and Davey Coombs with you as we take a look at number 2, Jeremy McGrath. He's in good position in 4th place. If he doesn't let Jeff Emig take away with it too much out there in the lead.
He looks very aggressive to me right now. You can see a stripe back there of a skid mark he just left coming out of that corner.
Does look like a new attitude in Jeremy McGrath after Skip Norfolk has joined the team. A little more sparkle in his eyes. One of his best friends back with the team.
Yeah, he does look like he's trying, and it's a combination that it was hard for him to live without. I mean, to take away all the components that he had when he was winning.
Earlier, Davey caught up with Jeremy before the race.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. Wyatt did a great job. You know, he's always been a big help, but it's just, you know, growing up with Skip and my whole career has been with Skip. It's been hard. It's been a big change, and maybe I was a little bit lackadaisical, you know, and with Skip back in there, it's kind of pushing me and motivating me, and I think it's going to help.
Yeah, what about the Redbud track? I know you won here in '95, and by all rights, you should have won here last year, if not for a late fall. How do you feel about today?
Today I feel really good. The track's good. It's a little wet out there in practice, you know. Gene waters it quite a bit in practice and it gets kind of rutted, but as far as the race goes, it should be good and dry, and I'm looking for a good race.
Emig has a 44-point lead. At this time last year, McGrath had a 42-point lead, and they crossed paths going opposite directions. Here's the battle for 6th, Damon Bradshaw. That's Tony Amaradio, number 44. Bradshaw on the move.
Just behind these guys, Kudrowski creeping into the picture. He's had success here on this racetrack, as you already pointed out.
Coming back for the first time since breaking an elbow and dislocating a thumb 4 races ago.
Look how fast that section is. They used to make a left right down there and start into a switchback section. Now they go clear out into this sweeper, and that section across the bottom is just wide open in 4th gear.
Bradshaw, after winning the overall at Mount Morris, came back with all kinds of hard luck at Southwick. Now 15th overall.
Not too far out of it so far in this moto. Obviously very aggressive at the moment. You hear him feathering that clutch, working his way through. That's actually a bank turn.
A teammate battle for second place right here. John Dow, number 14, right on the back tire of Ezra Lusk, number 11.
And you can see the trees and the flags really starting to blow around. The weather's threatening right now, and that messes with you a little bit when you're a rider. You can feel the wind pick up, sometimes the temperature change, and you start thinking, boy, are we going to see some rain? Is that really going to change things? And it messes with your train of thought.
We focused on the battle of teammates, but right there is Jeremy McGrath. A three-way battle for second place as Jeff Emig is out of our camera range right now.
McGrath's still in contention, but he's got to, if he wants to run with Emig, which is what he's got to do to win this title, he's got to get up there and steal points from Jeff. And that's how to do it right there.
Tremendous on LaRocco's lead. Here comes Dowdy. John Dowd into second place.
Looked like Lusk just got hung up in that berm.
Oh, Lusk another mistake on the outside. Jeremy McGrath makes the pass on Ezra. So it's McGrath into third, Dowdy into second.
All that pressure finally forced Lusk to make a little bobble there. I can't really figure out what Lusk did. He just bobbled coming out of that corner there. He got a little off balance in that rut, then he went a little too wide, and they both got by him. So one mistake, and you can drop two positions like that. Great racing.
Alaska's looked pretty strong this season, too. He captured the overall win at Budds Creek. One of his first moto wins as well. Oh, a little touch there on Jeremy McGrath and John Dowd.
McGrath just about had him on the inside coming into that corner. I was just about to bring up Skip. You know, he's happy to see Jeremy working his way up like that.
Oh, look at those clouds, too, in back of Skip. Dowd trying to hold off the rampaging Jeremy McGrath in a battle for second. Fans are going nuts here.
One of the biggest crowds I can remember seeing at Redbud ever. There's nowhere to park out in the big field.
Our field summary, Emig, Dowd, and McGrath. Lusk and Ward are top five. We'll be back with more 250 Moto 1 action in a moment.
What does it take to be the best? To get to the top, you must conquer fear. You must conquer the opponent, but most of all, you must conquer gravity. Witness the mayhem as gravity kicks in at the worst possible moments. It's all here. Superbikes, motocross, supercross, plus a special bonus, the gorgeous women of motocross. Only $19.95. This incredible two-tape set is jam-packed with non-stop, unrelenting motorcycle action and beautiful women. Order now and get absolutely free. Hardcore Motocross. 60 minutes of outrageous jumps and incredible passes as we relive some of the greatest battles between motocross legends. You'll get this incredible two-tape offer plus Hardcore Motocross free. 3 tapes guaranteed to blow you away.
To order, call 1-800-359-8282. That's 1-800-359-8282. Or send $19.95 plus $5.95 shipping and handling to the address on your screen.
The kart race at Laguna Seca. Want to go? Just get a state-of-the-art race car, round up a top crew, and qualify. Or easier, enter the ESPN Grand Prix Sweepstakes presented by Firestone and Pennzoil. To enter, visit your local participating Firestone retailer or call the Pennzoil hotline at 800-344-5400 and you could win a trip for 2 to Laguna Seca or great prizes from Firestone and Pennzoil. Enter the ESPN Grand Prix Sweepstakes and you could be a winner.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stanton with this week's Honda riding tip. In order to win a race, first you must finish the race. It's surprising to know how many riders go to that starting line unprepared. Before each moto, prepare yourself mentally. Find a quiet spot and imagine the entire race in your mind. Picture yourself getting the start, riding the fast line, making every jump, and attacking the whoop section and passing all the other riders. Always picture yourself finishing the race and getting the checkered flag, because that's why you race. So when the bike and the body is ready, make sure your mind is ready too. For Team Honda, I'm Jeff Stanton.
Boy, there was a great champion, Jeff Stanton. As we take a look now at Jeremy McGrath just harassing John Dowd for second place. Jeff Emig, our leader, if you've just joined us here in Moto number 1.
There are some sections like that right-hand corner right here and through this tight stuff where you pretty much have to follow. Jeremy tried to take some different lines before, but you lose time, so.
Oh, bar to bar. Jeremy and Dowd. Look at that. What a great crowd to see it, too. Can McGrath hold on? They touch once again. Dowd comes back. What racing!
I thought Jeremy had that pass for sure when they made the right-hander. Then they came into the left. They go, okay, well, it was smart for Jeremy to position himself to the outside, carry that momentum down to that corner because he had the inside, and Dowd somehow still held him off. And if that happens very much more, Jeremy may break his spirit. Be like, golly, I can't get around this guy.
But Dowd won his first national moto in the rain. Lots of different things happen in the rain. He came back to win the overall at his own home track, but this is different. We're seeing momentum in the works right now for John Dowd.
Right, and in no way do I want to take anything away from the ability that Dowd has right now, but Jeremy is just thinking, man, this guy is just bugging me, and he's keeping me from getting at Jeff Emig. That's who Jeremy really wants.
Lusk still hanging in behind these two as the skies get darker. A little bit of lightning showing too as well on the horizon.
And that shot you can see going the other way over LaRocco's lead. Emig starting to stretch it out a little bit. I know that Skip is putting on that board. Jeremy, you've got to make this pass now.
Well, you really can't tell with the angle of the camera how high they're jumping on that LaRocco's lead. The battle for second continues. Let's check in with Davey.
Skip, we're watching Jeremy's trying everything to get around Dowd.
Yeah, he's trying really hard to get around him, and John doesn't want to let him go by, but they need to think about Emig, who's just leaving him. So if they don't start racing Emig, then he's gone. We're going to lose the moto.
Hey, how's it feel to be back?
I'm liking it. We need to get past Dowd and close on Emig, and then we'll be happy.
Well, that smile is certainly back in Skip Norfolk's face. You know, I think he missed the association with a friend like Jeremy, but he also missed the action.
Right. It's making him crazy, too. Like, when I first got hurt, I'd be watching the races going, man, why don't they just wheelie over that one bump and square that off right there? And he's watching, too. Look at Jeremy. Same line again. This time he made it work.
Great desire from Jeremy McGrath to finally get by John Dowd once again. Can he hold on, or will Dowdy come back?
I don't think Dowd can come back. Jeremy was just all over him, and you've heard everyone so far in the show talk about how hard it is to pass out here. And I'm not saying the track's no good. It's a great track. Everyone loves the ride here, but the pace and the way the track is built up, it is very difficult to pass. Jeremy made that one stick right in front of Skip.
There's the finest showing for McGrath since the first moto at Budds Creek when he led the first 5 laps before finally taking a 3rd place.
The way he's riding right now, it's impossible for me to think that he's not going to gain on Emig unless Emig is just riding that much better. I haven't seen him that much. He's just pretty far out front. Not much racing out there, but Jeremy definitely looks like he's on his game, and that Skip added to that equation has helped motivate him just a little bit extra.
Number 6, Larry Ward, only one disastrous moto this year, a 36th in Moto 1 at Budds Creek. Otherwise, he's had a pretty good outdoor season. Nothing spectacular, but a good, consistent ride for the Honda of Troy Riders.
He's always in the hunt. Had a great couple of hole shots at Mount Morris and a fantastic, memorable battle with Bradshaw.
Oh, that was a great one, last lap.
That was a good one. And he's one of those guys that on the starting line, you know that he could be a threat. You know, he's not the kind of guy that you go, well, I don't know, I think he's probably going to win the title. It's going to be between him and so-and-so, but he's definitely a guy that can win races, and he's always going to be a threat no matter what the conditions.
Number 5, Mike LaRocco. Budds Creek was his best day, a 2.6 for a 4th overall, celebrating Father's Day in a big way. This is his home track, however, and he's done well here in the pass. A 3rd last year, a 2nd in 94. Number 100, Mike Kudrowski. I still have trouble recognizing a triple digit for this guy.
And he was the one that pushed LaRocco back in 94 to that 2nd overall. The great battle they had as Kawasaki teammates over LaRocco's leap. Ironically, come up just a little bit short. That takeoff is starting to get rough and affect their momentum. You're flat out. I think 3rd gear wide open up over that. Anything less, and you'll come up short there.
MK's comeback has not been one for the Hollywood script riders. Davey Coombs spoke with him earlier.
I broke my elbow, my right elbow at was at Glen Helen in the first moto, and then I broke my left thumb at the same time. So I was off for about 6 weeks. I wasn't riding or nothing. I had a cast on for 11 days, and I was in therapy for the rest of the time. And then I started riding about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Now you obviously the season hasn't gone the way, you know, 90 up to 94 and 95 and everything like that. What are your plans for next year?
Really, I haven't decided. I haven't really talked to anybody here at Honda Troy, so it's kind of like, let's see what I can do from now till the end of the season and then decide. But, you know, as of right now, I'm just concentrating on going out there and, you know, placing in the top 5 in the races right now, and then go for a win at least by the end of the season.
What an accomplished champion trying to come back. We're here at Red Bud Track and Trail. Art Ekman, David Bailey, and Davey Coombs will be back with more action after this.
The Honda 4Trax 300 4x4, the Foreman 400, and the Honda Recon, a 250 that's all new from the ground up. You could go to the ends of the earth and never find better ATVs. We know. We've been there.
What would you give to be more confident? What would you give for the knowledge it takes to move with certainty through every business day?
Just $3.90 a week brings you the Wall Street Journal. Our personal finance guide and decision maker software is free with your paid 10-week subscription. Call now, 800-248-1300. That's 800-248-1300 for the Wall Street Journal.
For years, ESPN has been working to improve sports for the fan.
Designed to extend the season for fans in places like frigid Lambeau Field, the Toasty Ball is heated by a small plutonium furnace. But at 130 degrees, it's too hot to handle.
But experiments like Toasty Ball did lead to a breakthrough in coverage for all sports. ESPN Sports Zone. With Chris Mortensen's column, drive charts, everything you need to be a better fan. ESPN Sports Zone. Technology for you.
Welcome back. Our leader, Jeff Emig, not only leading the points chase, but also has about a 9-second lead right now, David Bailey.
Doing everything right. He said he wanted to get hole shots. He's been missing that. And now he's got it. Just almost got into that lapper there, the guy getting out of the way. Doing a nice job, Jeff. Doesn't look like he's going that fast right here. I mean, look at these guys. It looks like they're in a battle, riding real aggressive, swapping a little bit. But I think I looked a little bit like that during the peak of my career. People used to say, man, it looks like you're going pretty good. In fact, they used to drive me nuts. I'd come in from practice. The coster would say, well, you look pretty good. It looks like you could stand to get a little more aggressive during the race. I'm thinking, I was. But I was so smooth, it didn't look that way. That's what Emig looks like to me right now.
Jeremy McGrath still being hounded by John Dowd for that second place. Dowdy just not willing to give it up.
It looks to me, too, like everything was flowing. He looked a little better earlier as he made his charge past everyone to get into second. Now I don't know, he doesn't look like he's quite as aggressive as he was earlier, or else Dowd's picked it back up. It's hard to tell.
McGrath, a winner here in '94. Trying to hold on for second place here in our opening moto of the 250 action. Sky's getting darker and darker. So far, the rain has held off in this area. Here comes Dowd. Dowd with the edge on the inside. Oh, it looked like he surprised McGrath. John Dowd retakes second place. This has been an outstanding battle all race long. Oh, he threw his goggles off. Jeremy leaves the goggles behind, so he's not going to want to be right behind the roost.
Well, that's unbelievable. That's something you see that in a mud race, but not on a day like this.
What a move by John Dowd. Let's check into the mechanics area with Davey Coombs, who's with Brian Barry.
Well, Brian, you're exactly right. John had some more fight left in him after all.
Yeah, I could see it when he was behind him. He was looking back a little bit, and I think he was maybe a little tight, maybe a little nervous, and for sure he learned. You can see a couple lines that he's changed up on, you know, that Jeremy showed him, and it helped him. Jeremy also had some problem with his goggles, so that kind of helped us out too.
Back to the action on the track now as Jeff Emig holds on to his lead, and Jeremy McGrath is trying to get back into second place. He's losing a little time now to John. Oh, more trouble now for Damon Bradshaw. He's having to walk the bike back.
This is after that big ski jump, long straightaway. He's on the other side of the valley, so for him to get back to the pits is a long ride, a push. Hard to tell what he's messing with there.
Unfortunate day for Damon Bradshaw.
He's had the gas cap loose there, like he's thinking he may have run out of gas. This early in the race, with this far to go anyway, it seems like that'd be impossible. But what an unfortunate break for Bradshaw. Just trying to get things rolling with that win at Mount Morris, and then just more bad luck after that.
What an exciting moment that was for Manchester Honda and Damon Bradshaw, as he's a big favorite at that track.
I just really hate to see somebody with that kind of talent, potential, just to have so much trouble and to keep him out of from battling with the front runners. I mean, he's capable, maybe not running with Emick consistently, but here and there on a good day and a track where he's comfortable and a decent start, he's definitely capable of it. And just little bad luck problems keeps him from doing it.
Here's our defending 250 champion. He has 2 overall victories this year. 3 seconds to put him up there on top of the points. Everybody knows this is his favorite track, and Davey asked him what was so special about Red Bud.
Luck, maybe. I don't know. No, I mean, I really like racing here at Red Bud. I mean, it's no secret to anybody. I mean, every time I get out here, just like this morning, I rode the first lap of practice, you know, and I was just kind of, you know, I could just kind of feel the energy and everything. You know, not that I'm all weirded out or nothing, but I mean, I felt the energy. I felt the flow.
This guy sparkles on camera now. He's so loose with your questions and everything. What a great personality, and it's coming across the camera.
And it's not like he just picked up that personality with this big points lead. He's been that way all year long. He's been very relaxed and confident, and that's good to see. There was a time when Jeff was, we had to bleep out most of what he said, but he's certainly matured, and his interviews are very entertaining.
That's true, and of course he's overcome a speech impediment, and he's showing us his real self right now, making this moto look like practice. The checkers for Jeff Emick. It's Emick's 7th moto win in 13 motos this year. Jeff Emick winning moto number 1 with John Dowd in 2nd place. McGrath nails down 3rd. Mike LaRocco comes up for a 5th place finish. Lusk, Kodrowski, Button, Amaratio, and Brian Swink rounding out the top 10. Let's go to Davey.
We saw the Red Bud fans out in full force. The Jeffro fan club's here, and you reward him with a first moto win. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, it was just one of those classic Red Bud rides for me. I got the whole shot, and I really didn't think about anything else, you know, except for my lap times and what my lead was, you know, whatever I was getting on the board. And, you know, I was just out there having a good time, you know, just riding just like I felt like I was in practice or something.
We talked to your mechanic, Jeremy Albrecht. He said that's the best start you had in a long, long time. Perfect hole shot.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I got a hole shot, and I had got I'd got a lot of hole shots this year, and, you know, so I'd kind of had a bit of a dry spell, and I just don't like having to pass guys. I like getting out front and staying clean.
Yeah. And speaking of staying clean, I know a lot of times you give your jersey away after a race, especially here at Red Bud, but you got to keep this stuff all day, don't you?
Yeah, there was a mix-up with the mail or something, and I have one set of gear for all day. So all you amateurs out there, you know, sometimes we don't use, you know, 3 or 4 pair of gear. We just have one, just like the amateurs. It's just like riding in the old days.
We'll let you get back to the truck, Jeff. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Well, the fan club is happy. There's no question about that. Will there be the 3rd sweep of the year for Emick? Coming up, moto number 2.
Take off with the greatest players in NBA history and experience a remarkable half-century of basketball. Now, Sports Illustrated celebrates the NBA's golden anniversary with your choice of a Larry Bird or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar classic Sports Illustrated cover and the incredible documentary NBA at 50, both free with your paid subscription to SI. NBA at 50 takes you on a fascinating journey through all the league's golden moments. The limited edition classic SI cover features the official replica signatures of 2 of the game's top 50 players, Larry Bird or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Choose either one, Bird or Abdul-Jabbar. Each is lucite encased and individually numbered. An exclusive collectible from Sports Illustrated. Call now. Order 54 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.48 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. Use your credit card. It's your shot to celebrate NBA history with 2 legendary collectibles from Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
This weekend, enough racing to make your head spin. Here's what's up ahead this weekend on ESPN2.
between motos. It's get your bike put back together and rest your bruises if you're Ryan Hughes.
All right, Rhino, we missed you on the track. Can you tell us what happened?
I was just practicing for my next career, my stuntman career. I was passing John Dowd for 3rd place, and I was going up to face the tabletop. And I came inside of him, my front end washed out, and then it hooked up and kind of threw me sideways off the side of the track. So I was going off it, and I was kind of looking at where I was going to land, and it didn't look too great, so I kind of jumped off the bike. But I was okay, but they broke the triple clamps on the bike, and I couldn't ride. So, you know, if nothing would have happened, I would have been out there riding, but I'd have to save it for next moto.
An unfortunate way to come off a 2nd place, 5th, and 3rd place overall finishes in his last 3 events.
Here's Skip and Wyatt just kind of working on Jeremy's bike, thinking of their strategy for Moto 2.
Joel Robert, a 6-time world champion, is here for a special Legends attraction at Red Bud.
Why are you here at Red Bud?
Oh, it's very special story because about 2 years ago, a guy from Chicago, Terry Good, called me in Belgium, and he said, I have your 250 Grand Prix since 72. The bike I was riding in 72. I won the World Championship. I say it's impossible. I was in Belgium because those bikes was cracked before they came to the factory back, and nobody got the bike. And I came in 2 years ago on holiday in the States, and I passed to his home in Chicago, and really there was a bike. It was the 72 250 bike, and it was mine also. And then today he has back a museum, and he invited me to come over, and that's why I come over.
Basically, it's the legends of the past and things. A friend of mine here has over $1 million worth of factory bikes that we all used to use before, whether it's Joel Robert's World Championship, 6-time World Championship bike. I've got my bike in there that I won Carlsbad with. There's Brad Lackey's World Championship bike that's in there. Got Bob Hanna's championship bike, Ken Howerton's, Rex Staten's. There's just so many in there, and it's something that the public really doesn't know much about, and we're trying to get it back in because this is what started all the sport. It's you know, that's why we're here today, is because of the past, and it's awesome. I just love it.
Every overall victory MX had this year has been a 1-1 sweep. Can he do it again as we get set for our 2nd moto? Let's go down to the gate now where Davey Coombs is.
Thanks, we're down here on the starting line. Just an interesting development. Rarely do you see 2 top riders line up on the far inside of the starting gate of a national. If you look right over here over my shoulder, you see Greg Albertine and Ryan Hughes. They both DNF the first moto. They're on the very, very, very bad spots on the far inside on most tracks. But since this is a left-handed start, who knows? They might pull a whole shot for the inside. Let's see how both Albertine and Hughes do here.
Hughes with a 39th and Albertine with a 37th place finish, David.
Well, I would much rather be on the far inside than the far outside. You can see towards the outside and left of your screen, there's some empty spots. That's not the place to be.
Let's check it out. It looks like Dowd and Lusk fighting for the whole shot. Lusk, number 11. We'll give him the whole shot as Dowdy, number 14, takes to the inside. And it's Dowd now with the lead into the 2nd turn.
Dowd just planned for that a little bit better. It did look like Lusk had the whole shot, but going into that big right-hand sweeper through the mechanics turn, Dowd had the inside edge.
Emig and Albertine and McGrath up front, along with these leaders. John Dowd. There's Albertine, number 8. So the inside start worked for him, David.
Not a bad start. Much better. Like Davey pointed out, on most tracks, to be that far to the inside is not the place to be. But here at Red Bud with that big left-hand sweeper, you're on the outside, anything happens, you're collected in it. Last year there was a huge pile up there.
This will be interesting with Emig on the pursuit. Can Dowd hold him off? Dowd very strong in the 2nd motos.
This is for the overall. If Dowd can hold him off, he'll get it. That'll be his 2nd in a row. I don't know. Emig looks pretty strong.
Challenge. Interesting corner. Oh, Emig goes down. Dowdy went wide, and the wheels went out from underneath Jeff Emig. Albertine is also down as they try to get started. How's Emig going to get turned around in there? Everybody's passing him. Oh, Kudrowski puts him back in the dirt.
Watch here was what happened. Emig was just, the lines just came together. And Emig's bike, the handlebar, got hung up on Dowd's rear tire. That wasn't a bad move by Dowd at all. They just came together, and he got the short end of the stick, and then he's just right in the middle of everything, and Kudrowski came through there. It kind of seemed like he could have put the brakes on, but nevertheless, he definitely made it a little tougher for Emig to get going. Now his bars are probably bent a little bit, and he's got a long ways to go.
Emig has got through the entire troop to go as John Dowd is wailing out in front.
Well, that's definitely going to help his overall picture. It was going to be tough before. Emig was knocking on the door.
He's got a teammate right behind him in Ezra Lusk.
He actually had a foot in that door, and Dowd just slammed it.
Another person benefiting. Jeremy McGrath moves into third. Jimmy Neese, the privateer, in fourth.
Walk in with no down payment. Ride off with a new Honda Shadow or Magna. Walk in, get low financing. Ride off with a Honda Goldwing or Valkyrie. Walk in at the right time. Ride off with a CBR 600 F3 and a custom watch while supplies last. Until July 31st, get low financing, no down payment, and a custom watch with selected models at your Honda dealer. The Honda Ride-Off. Walk in, ride off.
I love working here. It's exciting, feeling like we're changing things for the better. At Zurich Direct, there are no surprises. You call us and we give you a free quote on high-quality term life insurance with no strings attached. And these rates are up to 70% less than what some other insurers charge. I mean, why pay more than you have to?
Hi, thank you for calling Zurich Direct. This is Wendy. How may I help you?
It really is simple.
Well, Mr. Madden, you're 42 in good health and you don't smoke? That's great. A 10-year, $250,000 policy is just $32 a month, and your rate is guaranteed.
Everybody has questions when they call in. They want to know they're doing business with the right company. You'd be amazed how many letters we get from people just saying thanks.
Well, you can choose a 5, 10, 15, or 20.
Coverage can start in just a few
Sure, I
weeks.
can help you with that. I'll just...
Absolutely. I think everyone should call Zurich Direct. But then again, I'm probably a little partial.
Zurich Direct, a unit of Zurich Kemper Life. The way life should be.
Welcome to the future of drafting. Wow, I bet the guys that run this stuff spent years in school.
No, you might be surprised.
So what are the chances of me getting to work here?
Well, first of all, you gotta love to draw.
And second?
And second, you gotta call ITT Tech.
For an informative brochure, call ITT Tech at 1-800-942-0099. That's 1-800-942-0099.
In this week's Suzuki Flashback, we're staying right here at Redbud, the year 1991. At the start of the first moto, it was Bradshaw with the early lead, followed by defending champion #1 right there and local boy Jeff Stanton and his Honda teammate #8 Jean-Michel Bale. With Bradshaw out in front and pulling away, the battle was for second between the Honda teammates. It was Bale who eventually would win the 250 title, but here at Redbud it was Bradshaw with the overall win.
A three-way dice for second with Lusk, McGrath, and Morocco, and right now it is Lusk in second and Jeremy McGrath #2 in third, trying to regain that position.
A little bit lucky for everybody that Emig went down the first lap with this corner right here. In fact, going to help everyone out in the points chase. That huge lead of Emig is going to get cut down a little bit in this moto unless he puts on another one of those great rides, just like Budds Creek and Southwick coming from so far behind to save those points. He may do it again.
What was he saying the other day about riding through more riders in the last few races than he did all one year?
Yeah, he has. He's charged through those guys. Really made a statement, too. They know that no matter what, where he is in the race, he's going to be a threat or could be a threat before the end.
Another factor, of course, is how bent up is the bike after going down like he did. As we take a look at Ezra Lusk out of Bainbridge, Georgia. Lusk has certainly put on a fine year this season. Brian Berry, John Dowd's mechanic. That stopwatch ticking away as he writes down the instructions for his leader. Lusk behind the leader, then Jeremy McGrath, and then #5, Team Suzuki's Mike LaRocco.
You see Jeremy right there using so much body English to try to keep that bike a little lower to the ground and land on the downside of that plateau there. Get a good drive off the backside.
Jimmy Button, Team Chaparral, and Larry Ward kicks his back tire, and Larry goes down.
Looked like he was just trying to get in there and stay aggressive, keep the pressure on, just touch the back tire and high-sided. If he'd have been laid over just a little bit more, wouldn't have gone down. Watch this. See the front tire? Just hits him, and Larry wasn't leaned in. Had a little more momentum. Button decided to cut that corner a little tighter than Larry expected, I think.
Disappointing after a fourth-place finish in the first moto for Ward. Here's Lusk and McGrath. It's pulling up tighter and tighter with LaRocco on McGrath's heels.
And you know, in the mechanics area right now, Skip is just trying to do anything he can from the mechanics area to get McGrath into the lead right now. If he was able to do that, he'd really be able to capitalize on where Emig is in the points situation.
So far, we've had 5 different winners on 4 different brands. A big contrast to last year at this time when we only had 2 different winners on 2 different brands. Incidentally, the national record is 7 different riders in 1 year. That's the same record they've got in Supercross.
And before the year's out, there's enough competition to challenge that record, too.
Jeremy McGrath hasn't won yet. LaRocco hasn't won yet. There's 2 that could sneak through there with a victory before the season's out. Mike LaRocco in 4th place.
After a 5th in the first moto, he's improved 1 position. He's got his teammate and Lusk right there in his sights. He's actually made up a little ground on these guys, too, so his pace is good enough to move around them if he can find a way. But as we've heard all day, the track is a little tough to pass on. Typically towards the end of the final moto, the track's the roughest. There's the most lines. Guys make more mistakes. It's a little easier to pass.
Here's LaRocco's leap. We're only a few miles to the Indiana border. Mike LaRocco's home track.
Yeah, just 'cause, I mean, it's home. I grew up riding here, and you know, it's a fun track, a lot of cool jumps, and basically just the fans get behind me more, and it makes it more fun.
You know, I don't know why they call it LaRocco's leap. David, you were the first to jump it.
Well, I did it on the 500, so maybe that doesn't count.
And you're not from that area, right? Here's the big battle once again. It's for 2nd place. Jeremy McGrath not letting Ezra Lusk off the hook. Showing him a wheel here and there, looking for a place to pass.
This is the McGrath I like to watch. Very creative, finding a different line everywhere. Got his wheel in, making the rider in front of him nervous, making him think about him, cover those lines, and when you do that, typically what will happen is the pace will slow down just a little bit because they're riding defensive, try to hold you back. And that could be the advantage of Dowd. He's starting to pull away just a little bit, but at the moment, it looks to me like Lusk and Jeremy are, whoa, Jeremy goes down.
Jeremy getting right back up. Restarting the engine to get back into this race. Needs those points. Nice and quick. He's not hurt.
Now, I was just about to say, it looked like they had a great pace going. We're pushing hard, and that's the effects of pushing real hard. Sometimes you make a mistake. Skip's got to be going, oh, boy, what an opportunity we had there. And now he's got to work his way around back into that position. It's not going to be easy.
Ryan Hughes, after that spectacular crash in the first moto, is in 9th position. I'm surprised he's even back on the track.
He's one of those guys that just, he's like Henry, you know, take a licking and keep on ticking. Nickname him Timex.
Let's start thinking Rolex in this time of year, David Bailey, as we take a look at our Honda Field summary. Dowdy still out in front with Lusk, LaRocco, McGrath, and Ward.
What does it take to be the best? To get to the top, you must conquer fear. You must conquer the opponent. But most of all, you must conquer gravity. Witness the mayhem as gravity kicks in at the worst possible moments. It's all here. Superbikes, motocross, supercross, plus a special bonus, the gorgeous women of motocross. Only $19.95. This incredible 2-tape set is jam-packed with non-stop, unrelenting motorcycle action and beautiful women. Order now and get absolutely free. Hardcore Motocross. 60 minutes of outrageous jumps and incredible passes as we relive some of the greatest battles between motocross legends. You'll get this incredible 2-tape offer plus Hardcore Motocross free. 3 tapes guaranteed to blow you away.
To order, call 1-800-359-8282. That's 1-800-359-8282. Or send $19.95 plus $5.95 shipping and handling to the address on your screen.
You're right. The way to do it is take the body out and the head's gonna fall. You gotta rip. gotta dig.
Aaron Davis battles Tommy Small Sunday at 10, only on ESPN2.
AMA Motocross on ESPN2 is being brought to you by Suzuki. Your Suzuki dealer has the ride you've been waiting for and the financing to get it. Art Ekman, David Bailey, Davey Coombs from Buchanan, Michigan. This is our 7th round of the 13-round series of AMA Motocross. John Dowd is our leader here in Moto 2. If he holds on to that lead, he's got his 2nd overall in a row. Surprising development.
Well, only that you would expect Jeremy or Emick to be winning this thing, and here's Dowd again winning possibly for the 2nd week in a row. That's surprising, but when you look at Dowd's results, I mean, he's been climbing the ladder and really riding good. He's been a threat to win some motos and then putting together the overall at Southwick and possibly again here today. It's not that surprising to me considering the way he's been riding.
Dowdy always with a great desire to win. It's obvious that he's not content with being a 2nd-tier type rider. Jimmy Button stalling. And, of course, Larry Ward, who crashed behind Button, taking advantage of that stall and battling here with Ryan Hughes.
Just about got Hughes' rear tire right there as he got a little out of shape. Ward had been just a foot closer. He'd have gone down again.
Larry Ward, and now we've got another stall. Ryan Hughes.
Not having a good day. That's a tight corner right there. You come up to over that Morocco's Leap with all that speed, and you got to gear down and get into that tight rut. It's really deep. From our angle, you can't tell how deep it is, and it's possible that the ground knocked his shift lever into neutral.
So Larry Ward gets a big break after he went down. The Honda of Troy Ryder, 1 podium on the year, a 4th place finish at Mount Morris where he got the 2-hole shots. The battle for 7th is on. Look at this incredible charge by Jeff Emming.
Yeah, difference of lines too. Coming out of that corner. Emming carrying a lot of speed out wide.
Hughes is the next target for Jeff Emming, who started this run from near last when he went down hard and then got bumped when he was trying to get back into the race.
I don't think at this point in the series and with the first moto that Ryan had, that he'll make it that tough for Emmett to get around. Not that Emmett needs a lot of help to build a bigger points lead than he's already got, but that's just kind of the way I'm thinking. Probably Emmett, he could be thinking that too. In the back of his mind as he challenges his teammates, he's probably thinking, Ryan, come on, let me through. It's not going to make any difference in your overall today with the finish you had the first moto, but I need to get up there and make sure I win this time.
Ryan looking back to see who was there. And, of course, Jeff Emming really is probably more concerned and has the easy way around Ryan Hughes, just as you called it. Jeff Emming moves into 7th place, looking now for 6th place. Not that far off. Just an incredible ride.
He is really charging, just wide open all the way through there. Didn't even have to let off for that jump. Look at that. Lines really coming together good. If he'd have had it stayed upright, boy, he'd have given John Dowd fit.
You know, this reminds me, the rain avoided us. We lucked out here today.
This could have been a real tough race. In the mud, look at all these deep ruts, all these off cambers, all these hills. Imagine how deep those would be in a big rainstorm.
Here's Ezra Lusk and Mike LaRocco still going at it for 2nd place.
Look how hard Morocco charges off that jump into the corner. When he lands, can't get right on the brakes. Got to feather him, and then as that bike rebounds, it gets light, gets compressed down again. Then he can get on the brakes both hard. Try and make that corner. And then some of the riders are cutting that corner tight. Others, like we saw Emmett just a moment ago, go sweeping way out wide, carrying all that speed.
Oh, Lusk gets a little squirrely, but still holding off Mike LaRocco. You can imagine the fans who they're with right here. Bainbridge, Georgia versus South Bend, Indiana.
I think they're rooting for number 5.
I think so too. Okay, our Honda field summary. Dowd still holds on to our lead. It's McGrath in 4th.
In the world of exercise, nothing is more basic than dumbbells. Nothing is more versatile or more effective. Now Soloflex has improved on dumbbells, making them safer, convenient, and comfortable. Soloflex has been making the finest barbell equipment for 20 years. Now we proudly introduce the best dumbbells ever made.
On sale now. Call now for your free brochure.
Eddie, what kind of job are you looking for exactly?
I'm gonna be head of research and development.
Oh, you want to be in research and development?
Yeah, I do, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the thing I want to do.
Eddie, why do you want to be in research and development?
Oh, because of these bats right here, man. They're the best.
Oh, you want to learn to make bats like I do?
Oh, yeah. I can't play soccer no more, so I figured it makes me...
Hey, aren't you from that Monkey See, Monkey Do Bat company?
Never heard of them.
RPM tonight, Monday through Saturday at 7 and Sunday at 8, only on ESPN2.
Welcome back. Redbud Track and Trail. We've seen some outstanding racing today, and some of it not out front. As we mentioned, number 1, Jeff Emig, who had the whole shot and took a nice dominating victory in Moto number 1, went down early in this race and is fighting back all the way from about last to 5th and 6th positions. Right now, he is hounding Larry Ward to move up again.
The way he caught Larry Ward and the lines that he has out there, this is not going to be tough. Well, there he goes.
Made it look awful easy.
Right around him. And, you know, you've got to have a lot of confidence in your training to go out there and ride that hard from that far back. And think of the energy he used getting up in that corner right there.
All the way back to 5th.
He got up twice from everyone running into him. So he's obviously in shape, very focused on where he wants to be, and that's back out front. Carry that number 1 plate another year.
Well, many times this year, even though he's leading in points, he's had to slip up through the field after a bad break early in the race.
I like to see that, too. You know, you get the hole shot all the time, which Emig has done, especially up until just recently, hole shot at just about everything. Well, you know, it's not that tough to win races. It's not easy, but certainly a lot easier. And to see him charge from behind like that and really have to dig deep here and there, that shows me he's got a lot of versatility, and he's able to do whatever it takes to win a championship.
It gives him the true credentials of a champion. Yes, no doubt about that. Larry Ward trying to get back into it, doing some sitting down.
Looks like to me he's gotten to the point where, forget it, I can't run with Emig's pace, and there's no one else back there to challenge, so I'll just settle down and finish out the day.
So a masterful job by Emig. A good recovery by McGrath, but a great race out front with John Dowd.
Boy, look at the air time there. That is just, I mean, if you could somehow figure out how high they're jumping and how much distance they're covering at the same time, that's pretty amazing.
1 lap to go for number 14 for his 2nd consecutive overall victory.
Takes a look over his shoulder. He's not going to see much. It's a lot of space. Great ride. It really came down to that first lap. Getting aggressive like that, stealing that hole shot away from his teammate Luss. And that corner right there. And then...
winning the confrontation with Emig.
Yeah, he had the right line.
Well, he's just riding beautifully. Strong, fast, smooth. He's putting it all together.
You know, 2 wins in a row on completely different types of racetracks. Really puts John down for possibly winning a few more races, if not the rest of the races of the season. Emig will sure be a tough one, and I know McGrath has got to win in him before the end of the year, but Dowd he's here. He's not a guy that falls into a victory when everyone has problems. He has earned these.
Well, 3 races ago, he was 57 points in back of the leader. Then the next race, he chipped away. He was 44 points down. And if this is the way they'll finish up, he'll chip it down to 38 points. So this championship is far from being nailed down by Emig.
Well, especially when you got somebody chipping away like that week after week.
Here comes Dowd. Whoa, the flag man telling the lappers to either move out of the way or that the contender is coming through. Almost put it in Dowd's mouth. I think he wants the other flag in his mouth, the checkers, and he's on the way of doing that right now.
Won't be long. He's got a good enough, well, not a good enough lead. Look at Luss. He is making a last-ditch effort. flew through that corner and paid the price. Got a little high-sided there, but still a lot of momentum. He's thinking moto win here.
He is riding on the edge to catch up with his teammate. A 1-2 Yamaha finish. Oh, if Dowdy can hang on, this would be the first back-to-back wins for Yamaha by the same rider since Bradshaw did it back in 1992. Let's see if he can hold off his teammate Ezra Lusk.
I thought he had a decent lead. Oh, almost a heel clicker.
I don't think he's thinking celebration yet.
He's thinking about it a little bit.
Although I wouldn't want to go back to the trailer if Lusk took me on this one. John Dowd.
Boy, this must feel great. Southwick was like, well, okay, it's home track. But here, different conditions, different soil, winning again, earning it, it's got to feel really good.
Good starts, good strong performances all the way through. Checkers for John Dowd. A great race for this young man.
What would you give to be more confident? What would you give for the knowledge it takes to move with certainty through every business day?
Just $3.90 a week brings you the Wall Street Journal. Our personal finance guide and decision maker software is free with your paid 10-week subscription. Call now, 800-248-1300. That's 800-248-1300 for the Wall Street Journal.
1-800-COLLECT presents Max Jerome, Private Eye.
When I saw her, my heart started pounding like a heavyweight speed bag until she started calling Collect without dialing 1-800-COLLECT.
You could be saving up to 44% by dialing 1-800-COLLECT, Angel. Let me show you how it's done.
It's so easy. Now let me show you how it's done.
Any Joe will tell you, 1-800-COLLECT is the easy way to save up to 44%.
DC United versus Kansas City, Saturday at 8:30, MLS on ESPN2.
AMA Motocross on ESPN2 has been brought to you by Honda. Between now and July 31st, you can get a great deal on a great bike during the Honda Ride-Off. Honda, walk in, ride off. John Dowd, his third moto victory of the year. And another big story, of course, Jeff Emig coming from near last to finish in 5th, saving points as he is the points leader. Let's go to Davey now, who's with today's happy winner.
John, congratulations. 2 wins in a row. What a surprise.
Man, I'm as surprised as anyone else is. You know, I got a lot of respect for all these guys out here, and I know everyone, you know, there's so many guys that can go fast at any time, so I just, you know, my Yamaha worked great today with the Bridgestone tires. I got some good starts, and I've been working with Gary Semix lately with my training and stuff, and it seems like it's all kind of coming together.
Now, I know that everyone expects you to win at Southwick. You always do well up there, but Redbud, man, this comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea what happened here, but I was just, I had a lot of momentum coming off of Southwick. You know, I was really pumped for that race, and I was just working really hard on trying to bring the momentum to this track. You know, I've never really done that great here, but I've done good at a lot of other tracks around the country, so I figured why can't this be one of them?
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, John.
Thanks a lot.
Can't tell he's happy, can you? His wife and new baby. He takes the overall. Jeff Emig moving up to second. Jeremy McGrath on the podium with a 3-4. Ezra Lusk recovering nicely from that 6th place finish in the first moto. Of course, he's signed for next year to join Team Honda. Let's go back to Davey, who's with Ezra.
Okay, Yogi, just like Southwick, a really solid ride and one moto today, but you had a hard time tying together 2 motos for a good overall finish.
Yeah, for sure. Southwick was, I fell practicing up at one of John's tracks and tweaked my knee a little bit, and it was bothering me a little bit that day, and I just got fatigued. I couldn't really stand up on it, and man, a track like that where it beats you, you had to have your legs and your arms. And I had a good first moto, second moto, I crashed, but today we put it back together and we're back on track.
Yeah. That second moto, you were running right with your teammate, John Dowd. I know that you might have orders, you might not have orders. Were you thinking I better not pass him? He's going for the overall, he's going for the title?
No, I knew he'd get the overall. He just had to beat Jeff, and Jeff fell early on, so I was going for him the last few laps there. I wanted to set a pace, and I didn't really want to go any faster than that, but man, the last 4 laps, I was
just as strong, so maybe next time I'll go for it.
Well, congratulations on that second moto.
Thanks a lot.
Jeff Emig losing only 6 points to second place Dowd, a 38-point advantage with 6 events remaining, going to Unadilla, a natural terrain Euro-style track.
That's where we'll see Stefan Everts, only 6 points away from wrapping up another world championship. He wants very bad to win on U.S. soil.
Art Ekman along with David Bailey. Davey Coombs saying thanks for being with us. This has been a production of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.